I'm making a change today. The liquor been taking the pain away. I heard you was giving your chain away. That's kind of like giving your fame away. What's wrong with you? I sit in a box where the owners do.
Yo, what's up, broskies? Kenna coming at you with another deck profile for today. This is like a long-awaited update to my Mutant deck profile. I've had this a couple times on the channel, but I haven't posted it since they released the new support in Battle of Chaos, so I figured I'd go ahead and get right into it. First up, you already know Triple M-05. This is your monster searcher on normal or special, and then as you know, you can tribute self, banish a monster spell or trap, and then search either beast, mist, or arsenal depending on which one you banished. ST, the exact same effect, except this is your special. This is your searcher for spell traps. Obviously, easy way to remember it. ST for spell trap, M for monster. Then it can special summon your big boys as well. Next up, Triple Mutant. This is like this is like super free. If this card is normal special summon, you can add one. If you control a mutant card, you can special summon this card from your hand, and then you can tribute or banish one mutant card from your hand or deck, special summon one monster from your hand or deck based on the banished card, but lose life points equal to the special summon monster's original attack. So you're not really like special summoning off him that much, because you have to banish your mutant cards, but he's a like essentially a free body, because if you go like normal search your spell trap, you have mutant in hand, use free special summon, you can tribute this card, banish this one for your beast. It also makes this deck much more budget, because it like adds space and extra deck for more utility cards, because you can actually cut extravagance now. I don't think extravagance is like that essential anymore, because the whole thing about extravagance was like you needed to see you just needed to see like any two cards pretty much, whether you draw into a floodgate or another extender such as like Mutant or like an E-Telly or something like that. That's just my like theory and logic behind it. You can run extravagance still, but you lose flexibility of extra deck, obviously. Arsenal, Mist, Beast is by far the best one. I was thinking about upping this to 2, Beast to 2, but I was trying to find the space, because this is your spell negator. This like fixes your hand, lets you draw cards. Also, this one, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can banish one card from your hand or field, then target one monster on the field, banish it. So it does target, which kind of sucks, but this is like your biggest beater. And they all gain a boost from the field spell. Next up, Triple D Shifter. I cut this when I was using Extrav, because kind of clashes, and then like, you know, sometimes if you draw this later in game, it kind of like, it's like super shitty because you already have a card in your graveyard. But if you're going, this is great going second card, because you just pitch it. You know, I've played against like a lot of dinos pranks at my current locals, and sometimes you pitch this when you go second and they just pass, and then you set up a bunch of floodgates, or you know, seldom you're OTKing in this deck, but this is a great like just turn ender. 2 Ogre, one of the better hand traps in the current format right now, because it's just like stops them from like ending on like 2 monsters to go into Verite. So many decks can like play through like Ash, Valor, and then they just go like Link 2, Verite, and then bring out DP, which kind of sucks, but this kind of like mitigates that a little bit. Then another card that's extremely powerful in this format is Effect Valor. You know, stops your Verite, stops stuff like that. Especially rogue decks that are like super normal summon reliant. These are just 2 of the best ones. This is also an E-Telly target, which is kind of cool. For the Mutant Spells, 1 Mutant Lab, it's highly searchable, fixes your hand, lets you extend, because when you activate it, you can special summon one of your level 4 lower mutant monsters from your hand or that is banished. so that will also proc its effect. Also, they gain 100 for each of your banished mutant cards. That's how your big boys get bigger. And then once during your main phase, you can place one mutant monster from your hand on the bottom of your deck. If you do draw one card, helps you find more floodgates. Mutant fusion, you only need one. You can go into this all verite, or you can search it. All these mutant cards are like highly searchable, of course. Next up, the card that kind of breaks this deck, E-Telly. This also like helps you cut out the extrav, because you know, you open up a baby and an E-Telly, it's pretty much like GG. You can like grab whatever you need. You can get like all the babies off this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can get all the babies off this, and then it procs their effects. So you can like E-Telly for the M-05. M-05 search ST. Normal summon your ST, go get one of the traps, and then you go from there. Powerful one-ups. D-Fissure, called by. D-Fissure just kind of ends games, especially if they don't just draw an out to it. Called by the grave. This card could be banned. This card's absolutely stupid. It's super sacky at 1. At 3, it was just like hard for combo decks to like this card at 3 just makes like combo decks unbeatable, but this card at 1 is like super sacky. It's almost like whoever draws it kind of wins. That's how powerful the card is like currently. Last power 1-up, super poly. You know, this is made like, this is easy side out. Helps you crack like those branded boards, stuff like that. Just one, because you can go in off Verite Anaconda. I don't have Verite Anaconda currently in this extra deck, just because I've been in like so many other decks. I have like 3 copies and they're all in like different decks right now. So next for the trap cards, Mutant Cry. This is your fusion summon of the deck. So it's essentially interruption, because you're fusion summoning for your synthesis more than likely. Synthesis pops the card when it's on the field. So it's pretty broken. Yeah, you just shuffle them in from your graveyard and your face-up banished cards. Not much to say. Trap Trickable. Mutant Expansion. This is like that Altergeist card. What's it called? Persist Moving. Except this is searchable. And then when you activate this card, you can take one level 4 lower mutant monster from your deck and either add to your hand or special summon it. So you can special summon it, kind of play around Droll. If a level 8 or higher mutant monster you control will be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish the card you control instead. Which it doesn't really hurt you to banish these, because all these cards are, you know, you can recur them pretty easily. With the extra deck cards are your big boys. Triple Solemn Strike, still best trap card in the game. This and Judgment, obviously, but Strike just is crazy. It's crazy going first card, crazy going second card. The even crazier like cards like paired with this is stuff like Skill Drain. Flip Skill Drain, they try to negate like Solemn Strike, just blanks their board. This deck like is kind of silly with Skill Drain, because your whole deck like plays under this. So if you go first, you know, flip the Skill Drain, all their cards are blanked. Usually you have some big boys on the field, and then your babies banish this card for cost. So it banishes it, and then you like follow through with your searches. And then the last 2 cards make it 40. Trap Trick. Really just trying to get to the fusion off this card. Before I was running stuff like different dimension ground, stuff like that, but cut them for some more impactful cards so it kind of hang with the meta a little bit better. Water break. All right. Next up for the extra deck, one of these should be Verite Anaconda. Like I said, I just have it in different decks right now, but it's not super necessary. 2 Cross Sheep, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Nightmare Reverse. Just kidding, servers. Bls Soldier of Chaos. You don't need this. It's pretty cool. You almost never go into it. I normally go into this when I'm like styling a little bit. Obviously, like you would probably cut like a cross sheet for Verite. Cut this if you want to run DPE or something like that. There's a lot of space in here. Next up for your fusions, 2 Ultimates. Usually on the first one you're kind of going for game. by the time you stick one of them, the game's pretty much a wrap. Because if they do find out to this, it like recurs like up to 3 of your banished mutant cards, which can be like 3 spells, like 3 traps, you know, like trap monster spell, which is crazy. It just resets everything. I was in like a pretty tough match against a striker player, and like he I think he afterburned it, or whatever card like pops it. So I brought back 3 of them, and you know, at that point he was like we were like almost in a top deck war, and he gave me like 3 cards back, so it was like just kind of silly. I proceeded to go for game. This is the one you're always going into. This is a pretty crazy disruption. Oh, I forgot to say, this is like a Omni Negate, once per turn Omni Negate, and he's big. This one's your disruptor. Like I said, off Mutant Cry, on summon he pops a card on the field. When your opponent activates a card effect, quick effect, you can activate this effect for the rest of his turn. This face-up card is unaffected by those effects, whether it be monster spell or trap. Also, if this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can add one of your banished mutant cards from your hand. You can only activate it once per turn though, obviously. Next up, for more like utilities, this is more for like Bls Alternative Ultimate Dragons, more for the Waking the Dragon target. This card's hilarious, especially against like rogue decks. You know, whatever. 1 Starving Venom for the Super Poly. 1 Last Warrior up from another planet if I want to be spicy, and you know, summon this off Waking the Dragon. Super Poly target, Mud Dragon of the Swamp, and Red Raptor Ultimate Falcon for the last Waking the Dragon target. That's pretty much it for this one. I've been playing like this a lot on Master Duel, not this exact build, because you don't need this much gas like on Master Duel, but I've been having like great success since like this archetype was revealed, I think all the way back in Phantom Rage, and I just really haven't put it down. But that's it for this one. Like the video if you like the video, comment down below what you would change, what you want to see next, subscribe for more content, and we'll see you next time.